All right, cool. I'm Brian.
I'm Frankie. And welcome to Romeo and Juliet.
A couple of business things before we get the show going on the road. There's exits in the back, exits right here, and an exit right here. Usually they have the exit thing on top. So, in the middle of the show, there's going to be an intermission. Buy some good treats if we have them, but there's also going to be a donation bin in the back for the end of the show. We can drop 10, 20, 100, whatever. Yes, Brian?
There's going to be free water during the intermission as well, which is totally really awesome. Drink up. But yeah, we were so excited to put this show on for you. It's our first in-person show since March of 2020, and it's just been Say thank you to everyone that was able to make it tonight. We're so excited to show you guys this show. It's been such an amazing process. Both Frankie and I are in the show, and we directed it, so it's like, it was really interesting to be working on stage and off. So, without further ado, I guess
what's this?
Hi.
Is that a thing? We have to read? Yeah, I guess we'll open. Read it out.
Two households, both alike in dignity.
In fair Verona, where we lay our scene.
From ancient grudge break to new mutiny.
Where civil blood makes civil hands unclean.
From forth the fatal loins of these two foes.
A pair of star-crossed lovers take their life.
Whose misadventures piteous overthrows.
Doth with their death bury their parents' strife.
Did you just bite your thumb at us, sir? I indeed do bite my thumb, sir. Do you bite your thumb at us, sir? Is the law on our side if I say I? No. No, sir! I do not bite my thumb at you, sir. But I bite my thumb in general, sir. You're lying. I can see it in your eyes. Draw them, if you're a man. Weapons. You know not what you do.
Why art thou amongst these heartless hinds? Turn thee Benvolio and look upon thy death.
I do what keeps the peace.
Peace? With weapons drawn and you speak of peace? I hate the meaning of the word, just as much as I hate any Montague and thee.
What noise is this? Give me my long sword coat. Oh, Montague's coming. A crutch, why must you call it such a sword?
Thou villain, Capulet! Hold me not, let me go. I dare show Capulet that thou power stands weak in comparison to that of thyself.
Thou shalt not stir one foot to see with God, who comes back as far as old do this. Rebellious subjects! Enemies to peace! Will they not hear? What ho, you men, you beasts, that quench the fire of your terrible rage with purple fountains issuing from your veins! Throw your mistempered weapons to the ground and hear the words of your moved president. Have thrice disturbed the quiet of our streets, and Verona's ancient citizens, cankered with peace, depart your cankered hate. If ever you disturb our streets again, your lives shall pay the forfeit of the peace. For now, all the rest depart away.
Clear the square!
You, Capulet, shall come along with me now. And Montague, come here later this afternoon to know your farther pleasure in this issue.
Who is to blame for this distress? Speak, nephew. Were you there when it began?
Here were the servants of your adversary, close fighting when I did approach. I drew to part them, and in an instant came the fiery tumult with the sword prepared. He swung about his head and cut the wind. While we were interchanging thrusts and blows, more and more people were coming in and fighting part and part, till the president came, who parted either part.
Oh, where is Romeo? Saw you him today? I'm glad he was not in this fray of terror and distress.
Madam, see not that. Well, I did. Here he comes. So please, step aside. I'll take care of him.
I would stay if thou weren't so happy to see my son, to hear a true shift in tone. Come, madam, let's away.
Good morrow, cousin. For me is the day so young. Said I will seem long, but sadness lengthens Romeo's hours. Not having the thing which makes them feel short.
In love?
Out
Of love?
of her favor, her eyes, in love.
I see.
I mean, what Frey was here? Yes, tell me not, for I have heard it all.
Tell me, in sadness, who is it you love?
In sadness, cousin, I do love a woman.
I aimed so near when I supposed you love.
A right good marksman. And she's beautiful. I love her.
Right fair mark, fair cause, as soon as hit.
On that hit you missed, she will not be hit with Cupid's arrow.
Then forget to think of her, behold by me.
Teach me how I should forget to think.
By giving liberty unto thine eyes. Examine other beauties.
Farewell, cousin. Thou canst teach me not to forget, but thy efforts are not behind.
Farewell, my cousin.
But old Montague is bound as well as I in penalty alike, and 'tis not hard, I think, for men as old as we to keep the peace.
Of honorable reckoning are you both, and pity 'tis you lived at odds so long. But now, my lord, what say you to my suit?
My child is yet a stranger in this world. She hath not seen the change of 14 years.
But saying what I've said before, that child is yet a stranger in this world. She has not seen a change in 14 years. Let 2 more summers wither in her pride. Fear they may think she's too young to be a bride.
But there are often those who marry too soon. Such delight among those fresh female buds you shall see tonight. Inherit in my house. Come, go with me.
And one desperate grief for another's language. Take thou some new infections for thine eye, and the bright poison of the old will die.
Your plantain leaf would be excellent for that. For your broken shin.
Why, Romeo, art thou mad?
Not mad, but bound more than mad is. I feel silenced in prison, kept without my food, whipped and tormented, and... Good afternoon, good fellow.
Good afternoon. I am here with a letter of invitation to the finest emperor in all the town. Can you read, good sir?
Of course I can read you, son. County Anselm and his beauteous sisters, the lady widow of Vitruvio, Signor Placentio and his lovely nieces, Romano and his brother Valentine, Sir Capulet and his wife and daughter, the fair Rosaline and Livia, Signor Valentino and his cousin Tybalt, Lucio and the lively Helena. A fair assembly, where should I come?
Up.
Up.
Yes, up.
Where? To supper? Where?
To our house.
Whose house?
My boss's.
Indeed, I should have asked that before, good sir.
Now I'll tell you without asking. My master is the great rich Capulet, and if you are not of the house of Montagues, I pray thee come to our gathering and share a cup of wine.
Huh. Capulet feast.
Why, yes, indeed, dear Benvolio. I plan to wear the finest suit when I go.
But, Romeo, did thou not hear the messenger? Now from the house of Montague, I pray thee come to our gathering.
You underestimate me, Benvolio. I'll go along.
Nurse! Where's my daughter? Call her forth to me.
Yes, Juliet. Juliet, God forbid, where's this girl? What? Juliet!
How now? Who calls?
Your mother, Juliet?
Mother, I am here. What is your will?
This is the matter. Nurse, give me the wine. We must talk in secret, nurse. Come back.
thou hearest our counsel, knowest my daughter is of a pretty age.
Faith, I can tell her age in an hour.
She's not 14.
I'll lay 14 of my teeth, and yet to my teen be it spoken, I have but 4. She's not 14. How many days now until Lemmas died?
14 and some odd days?
My age shan't be the topic of talking amongst you all.
That was the prettiest babe I nursed, ma'am. I'd like to see thee married once I have my wish.
Marry is the very thing I came here to talk of. Tell me, daughter Juliet, how was your disposition to be married?
It is an honor that I dream not of.
Well, think of marriage now. Younger than you here in Verona are already made mothers, and with that, the valiant Paris seeks you for his love. Tonight you shall behold him at our feast.
Why, he is a man of wax, a dense-headed man of wax.
What say you? Can you love a gentleman? Tonight you shall behold him at our feast. Read the volume of young Paris's face and find delight right there with beauty's pen.
No less, nay bigger, women grow by men.
Speak briefly, like Paris's
Enough! Mother, nurse, I'll look to like, and if I like, then I shall choose. But this is no more deep than what it seems. I will make my choice before your force brings us together.
Madam, the guests have arrived. You called and supper is ready. I must hence wait. Please, follow straight to the dining hall.
Follow me, good serving man.
Go, girls, seek happy nights to happy days.
What, shall the speech be spoken for our excuse, or shall we go in without apology? I fear the family of the Capulets would feel anger if I know is a Montague.
Romeo, thou not need an excuse. Have our invitations?
Great. Wait, give me a torch. I am not for the sampling. Being but heavy, I will bear the light and not go—
Nay, gentle Romeo, we must have you dance.
Not I, believe me. You have dancing shoes with nimble soles. I have a soul of lead, so it stakes me to the ground. I can—
Nay, you are a hopeless lover. Borrow Cupid's wings and soar beyond the common bound.
I am too sore and pierced by Cupid's bow to soar above with his light feathers, and so bound I can bound a pitch above dull woe. Your love's heavy burden do I sink. Besides, love is a tender thing. It is too rough, too rude, too boisterous, and it pricks.
If love be rough with you, be rough with love. Prick love for pricking, and you beat love down.
And we mean well in all going to this mass? But 'tis no whit.
Romeo, your hopelessness kills me like a sword through my brain. Why think so poorly?
I dreamt a dream last night. I thought of a beautiful fairy's midwife soaring above Dee's head, telling me that this plan was not good.
Close your eyes and picture it.
Oh, Queen Mab! She is the fairies' midwife, and she comes in shape no bigger than an agate stone on the fourth finger of an alderman, drawn with a little team of atomi over men's noses as they lie asleep. Her wagon spokes made of long spinners and slides, the covers of the wings of grasshoppers, her traces of the smallest spider web, the collars of the moonshines as watery beams, her whip of cricket's bone. Her wagon are a small gray pudding gnat, not half so big as the round little worm pricked from the lazy finger of a maid. Her chariot is an empty hazelnut, made by the Jorna squirrel or an old grub, time and a mind the fairies as coachmakers, and when the queen—
Quiet, thou talk of nothing but a fantasy from your empty brain.
which are children of an idle brain, speak of nothing but vain fantasy. My point lies in my speech.
But when you talk of blows from ourselves, supper is done, and we shall come too late if you don't leave now.
I spoke too soon. My mind misgives some consequence, yet hanging in the stars shall bitterly begin his date with this night's revel, and expire the term of a despised death, enclosed in my breast by some vile forfeit of untimely death. But he that hath steered to my course drift missing. On, lusty gentlemen, we must go.
Yes. Yeah!
festivities. Now, welcome to the drinks that are floating around the room. Cheers! Cheers!
One, two, three, four.
What lady is that over there? Or does that stand for beauty and grace?
I don't know.
She got the shine the torches to burn bright. See what she hangs from the cheek of night, a rich jewel in the night sky. Beauty too rich for earth too dear. The place is set. Watch her place of stand and have her bless my other hand. Did my heart melt so now? I swear, for I never saw true beauty till this night.
This, by his voice, should be a Montague. I can see it in his stance, too. Fetch me my telephone boy and tell Lord Capulet to come hither.
Why, how now, kinsman? How can you be so sure a Montague is playing this gathering?
Uncle, this is a Montague. I can spot a Montague from a mile away. He's here to ruin the solemnity of this night.
Young Romeo, is it?
Is he that villain Romeo?
Content me. Leave him alone then. He bears him like a courtly gentleman, and to say the truth, Rhoda brags of him to be a virtuous and well-governed man. I would not, for the wealth of all this town here in my house, do him harm. Therefore, be patient. Take no note of it. It is my will, the which if thou respect, that you shall show him a fair presence and put off these frowns.
Uncle, it does not fit when such a villain is a guest. I shall not endure him.
He shall be endured. I say he shall, and you shall listen to thee. Am I the one here, or you? You'll endure him as I say you must. You'll make a mutiny among my guests if you don't sit down and mind the business of yours. You'll be the bigger person, and you'll be the man here.
Why, Uncle, 'tis a shame.
You are a saucy boy indeed, and I will have none of it, Tybalt. This trick may tend to scathe you.
Patience with content feeling makes my skin crawl in their different meaning. I will withdraw, but this intrusion shall not come to an end. The Montagues are my sworn enemy, and I shall die on the hill. Seeming sweet to the face of my enemy gives me the bitterest gall. This shall not come to an end.
If I put forth my worthiest hand in this holy shrine, my gentle sin is this. My lips two blushing pilgrims ready stand to smooth that rough touch of the tenderness.
Good pilgrim, you do wrong your hand too much. But your mannerly devotion shows in this.
For saints like myself have hands that pilgrims' hands do touch, and palm to palm is holy palmer's kiss. Dost thou not have saints' lips and the holy palmer's too?
Aye, pilgrim, those lips are what they must use in prayer.
Well then, dear saint, let lips do what hands do. They pray, grant thou, lest faith turn to despair. They touch with another's, and bless the pilgrim they wish to bless.
Your mother craves a word.
Who's your mother?
She's married, a filthy bachelor. Her mother is the lady of this fine house, and a good lady, a wise and virtuous woman too. I nursed her daughter that you talked with.
A Capulet. Dear Count, I was not aware you're Miss Capulet.
Away, be gone, the act is at its best.
No worries at all, gentlemen, but prepare to leave soon as the banquet comes to a close. Why then, I thank you all. I thank you, honest gentlemen. Good night. Come on then, let's go to bed. We've got an early start tomorrow.
Come hither, nurse. Who is that gentleman?
The son and heir of old Tiberio, I believe.
What's that now? Is he going out the door?
Mary, I think he be young Petruchio.
It's who that follows here that would not dance.
I know not who it must be.
Nurse! He's left now. Go ask his name. Oh, if you be married, my grave is like to be my wedding bed.
His name is Romeo.
Oh.
And a Montague.
Oh.
The only son of your father's great enemy.
My only love. Sprung from the man I was raised to hate. Too early seen, unknown, and known too late. Only the worst should experience that I must love a loathed enemy.
Child, what's this? I understand, but you mustn't tell your parents about this.
And nurse, how do I know you'll be the one to keep that secret?
I hope you know I won't utter a word about this to anyone. Come then, let's away. The guests are all gone.
How can I go forward when my heart is still here? Must turn back in this dull earth. Find thy center out.
Romeo, my cousin Romeo. Romeo! He ran this way and left the sword to fall.
Romeo! Humors! Madman! Passion! Lover! Speak one word and I am satisfied. Cry, but I me pronounce love and dove. Speak to my gossip Venus one fair word, one nickname for her purblind son and heir, young Abraham Cupid, he that shot so trim when King Cophetua loved the beggar maid. He can't see us. He can't hear us. He's not moving. The dude is dead! We gotta find him! I conjure thee by Rosaline's bright eyes, by her high forehead, her scarlet lip, by her fine foot, straight leg, and quivering thigh, and in their domesticness that there adjacent lie, and in thy likeness thou
Mercutio, if thou hears thee, thou wilt anger him.
This cannot anger him. 'Twould anger him to raise a spirit in his mistress's circle of such strange nature, till she had laid it and conjured it down.
Don't be so sure, Mercutio. He hid himself amongst these trees, blind in his love, and best fits the dark.
If love be blind, love cannot hit the mark.
Now he will sit under a looming tree and wish his mistress were that kind of fruit. Oh, Romeo! Good night. I'll wait for you to find yourself. And this field bed is far too cold for me to sleep. Come, shall we go?
Feel these wings that never made a star, but rather in my heart. Soft. What light their young women breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, for she is sick and pale with grief, that thou, her maid, art far more fair than she. Be not her maid, for she is envious. Her vessel livery is but sick and green, and none but fools do wear it. Cast it off! 'Tis my love. Oh, it is my lady. Oh, that she knew she was. She speaks, yet she says nothing. What of that? Her eye discourses, I will answer it. And too bold, not to me speak, she speaks. To the fairest stars in all of heaven, having some business, do entreat her eyes to twinkle in their spheres till they return. What if her eyes were there, in her head? The brightness of her cheek would shame those stars as daylight doth the lamp. And her eye in heaven, through the airy region, streamed so bright that the birds would sing and think it was not night. See how she leans, her cheek upon her hand. Oh, that it were a glove upon that hand, that I might touch that cheek.
Romeo?
Speak again, bright angel, for that are as glorious to this night being over my head as a winged messenger of heaven into the upturned, wondering eyes of mortals who fall back to gaze upon him as he bestrides the puffing clouds of the air.
Romeo. Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? Deny thy father, and refuse thy name, or, if thou wilt not be but sworn my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet. 'Tis but thy name that is my enemy. Thou art thyself, thou Montague. What's a Montague? It is not hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor face, or be of some other name belonging to a man. What's in a name? That which we call a rose by any other word would smell as sweet. So Romeo, were he not Romeo called, would retain that dear perfection which he owes without that title. Romeo, what is thy name? And for thy name, which is no part of thee, take it all by myself.
Call me but love, and I'll be baptized. Henceforth I will never be Romeo.
What man art thou that thus be seen at night, so stumblest upon my counsel?
I know not how to tell thee who I am. My name is hateful to myself because it is an enemy to you. Had I written the word, I would have torn it apart and rewrote it, spelled in your voice.
Romeo, what brought you here? The orchard walls are high and hard to climb, the place of death being who you are. Romeo, if any of my
Hush, Trident, for stony limits cannot keep us apart. And what love can do, that dare love attempts. Therefore, thy kinsmen are no match for me.
Yes, Romeo, but if they find thee, they will murder thee.
Alas, I have the knight's cloak to shield me from their eyes. Besides, I'd rather my life ended by their hate than death prorogued waiting for your love.
Thou knowest the mask of night is on my face, else would have made him blush but made my cheek. For that which thou hast heard me speak tonight, fain would I dwell on form. Fain deny that I have spoke, but farewell compliment. Dost thou love me? And I know thou wilt say aye, and I will take thy word, yet if thou swearest thou mayest prove false. At lovers' perjuries, they say, Jove laughs. Romeo, if thou dost love, renounce it faithfully. Or, if thou thinkest I'm too quickly won, I'll frown and be perverse and say thee nay, so thou wilt woo, but what else for the world? In truth, fair Montague, I have too fond. So therefore thou mayest think my behavior is likely. Trust me, good gentleman, I'll prove more true than those who have been copying to be strange. I should have been more strange, I must confess, but thou overheardst ere I was rare my true love passion. Therefore, pardon me. Not impute this yielding to light love which the dark night hath so discovered.
Oh, wilt thou leave me so unsatisfied?
What satisfaction canst thou have tonight?
The exchange of thy love's faithful vow for mine.
Give it thee again. Yet the thing I wish for is the thing I have. My bounty is as boundless as the sea, my love is deep. The more I give to thee, the more I have, for both are infinite.
Juliet, is that you out there?
I hear some noise within. Love, good night. I must go back inside to rather not scare the good nurse. Sweet Montague, be true. Stay but a little, I'll come again.
Blessed night.
3 words,
Romeo. And good night indeed. All my fortunes will lie at thy foot and follow thee, my lord, throughout the world. I will not let my parents...
Madam, I thought we talked about conversing with the frogs late at night.
Coming, nurse. I forgot my hairbrush. If thou meanest not well, I do beseech thee.
Madam, shall I come help you look?
No, madam, that's quite all right. I have it right here. To both. Good night. Romeo, what o'clock tomorrow shall I send to thee? By the hour of 9, my love. Shall not fail. 'Tis 20 years till then. I have forgotten, and that's why I called you back. What o'clock? 9, my love. Let me stand here till that remembered. I shall regret to have you stand there a while longer, remembering how I love thy company.
Sleep dwell upon thine eyes, with peace in thy breast. If I were sleep, and peace so sweet to rest. Hence must I go to my ghostly friar's close cell, with his help to pray for my dear have to tell. Good night, my love, and see you soon. I shan't keep you much longer, I do.
The gray-eyed morn smiles on the frowning night, checkering the eastern cloud with streaks of light. And from birthdays past in these darker reels come forth with Titans, fiery wheels. Now, here the sun advances on this burning eye and comes forth with the day's dank dew to dry. I must sort through this osier cage of ours with baleful weeds and precious juice flowers.
Good morning, friar.
What tongue so sweet salutes me? Young son, good morning. It looks so soon for a distempered head to say good morning to thy bed. I keep a watch in every old man's eye, and where care lodges, sleep will never lie. Therefore, thy earliness of our meeting assures me that thou art aroused with some distempered trip. Or then I hit it right. Our Romeo hath not been in bed tonight.
That last is true. The sweeter rest is mine.
God pardon, sir. Was thou with Rosaline?
Rosaline, my ghostly sir, no. I've forgotten that name's meaning long ago.
Be plain, good son. Riddling confession, find your riddling shrift. Who were you with last night?
And plainly know my heart's dear love is set on the fair daughter of rich Capulet, and her heart is set on mine too. And to save what thou must combine by holy marriage, I'll tell thee as we pass, because I pray that thou consent to marry us today.
Holy Saint Francis, what changes here? Is Rosaline the one you love so dear, so soon forsaken? Young men's love lies not in their hearts, but in their eyes. The sun not yet sighs on your face, and thy old groans are ringing in mine ancient ears. If you say you've changed and you claim you must, then pronounce this sentence then. Women may fall when there's no strength in their men.
Are often childish to me for forcing me to love Rosaline.
For doting, not for loving, the child is food.
I pray thee, scold me not. Juliet is who I love now, and grace for grace and love for love, alas. The other woman is someone I love not.
Fine, young Romeo, love who you want with no restrictions by thyself. But come, go with me, young waverers. In one respect, I'll thy assist be, for this love may so happily prove to settle your family turmoil here in Verona. Your marriage with Juliet may be the only thing that changes your family discourse. Come, go with me.
Let us go, I say, in sudden haste.
Rise and in slowly, Romeo, the door is that way.
Farewell, farewell.
Farewell.
Where the devil should this Romeo be? Did he not come home last night?
Nay, not to his father's. I spoke with him this morning with no response, and Tybalt, the kinsman to the old Capulet, hath sent a letter to his father's house.
May we wish Romeo will respond in place of his father.
Any man that can write may answer a letter.
Alas, poor Romeo, he is already dead. Stabbed with the white wench's black eye, run through the ear with the love song. The very pin of his heart cleft by the blind boy's butt shaft. And what if he's the man to encounter Tybalt?
Why, what is a Tybalt?
More than the Prince of Cats. He is the courageous captain of compliments. He fights while you sing the song of life, keeps time, distance, and proportion. He rests his men and rests. 1, 2, and a third in your bosom. The very butcher of a silk button, a duelist, a gentleman of the very first house of the first and second cause. The immortal passado, the punto reverso, the hay.
The what?
The great tyrant of Tybalt stands tall. Here comes Romeo, here comes Romeo.
Morning to you both. What counterfeit did I give you?
The slip, sir, the slip, can you not conceive?
Pardon, good Mercutio. My business is great, and in cases such as mine, a man may strain courtesy. Oh, here's goodly gear. A snail, a snail.
2, a shirt, and a smock.
My fan, Peter?
Good, Peter! You should hide her face, for her fan is prettier than her face.
God, you good afternoon, gentlemen.
Oh God, you good evening, fair gentlewoman.
Is it evening now?
'Tis no less, I tell ya, for the body hand of the dial is now upon the prick of noon.
Out upon you, what kind of man are you? By my troll, it is well said, for himself to mar, quoth he. Anyway, gentlemen, can any of you tell me where I might find the young Romeo?
I can tell you, but young Romeo will be a lot older when you find him than he was when you saw him. I'm youngest of that name, for worse.
Speak well.
Yeah, it's the worst. Well, very well taken, Bert. Give me a beat! An old hair whore and an old hair whore is very good meat for a Lent. And a hairless horse too much for a score when it wars your will be spent. Romeo, will you come to your father's? We'll have dinner together.
I will follow thee to dinner.
Farewell, ancient lady. Farewell, lady.
I pray you, sir, what saucy merchant was this that was so full of his foolishness?
A foolish gentleman, nurse, that loves to hear himself talk and will speak more in a minute than you will ever read in a year.
And he speaks everything against me. I'll take him, even though he was feistier than he looked, and if I can't, I'll find those that can. And you must stand by and suffer through every dishonest man who uses me as the rear end of his joke.
I wish for no man to use it as the butt of his joke. Although they were good, if I had my weapon, I would dare to draw as quickly as any other man would, if the time in a quarrel was right and belonged to myself.
Good heart, and I'll faith tell her as much. Oh, she'll be a joyful woman.
What will you tell my lady Juliet? Thou does not strike me as a trustful person.
I'll tell her that you do protest, which, as I take it, is a gentlemanlike offer.
Bid her devise some means to come to church this afternoon, and there she shall in parlor's cell be shriveled and married. Here is for that means.
No, truly, sir, not a penny.
Go to, I say.
This afternoon, well, she shall be there.
And say, good nurse, behind the abbey wall, within this hour, my man will be with thee, and give thee cords made like a practice air, which must be my convoy in the secret night. Farewell. Be trusty and I'll put the king. Commend me to thy mistress.
Now, God in heaven bless thee. Listen here, sir. Is your love a secret? Have you never heard the saying, two may keep counsel, putting one away?
Warn thee, nurse, my trust is as true as steel.
Well, my mistress is the sweetest lady. Lord, 'twas a little prating thing. Oh, there's a nobleman in town, when Paris would fain lay knife abroad. But Juliet, good soul, had his life see a toad. A very toad to see him. I anger her sometimes and tell her that Paris is the proper man, but I'll warn you, when I do, she becomes as pale as any cloud in the world. Don't Rosemary and Romeo both begin with a letter?
And nurse went over that, both with an arm. Anyways, commend me to thy lady.
Great. Peter, come hither, we shall go. Farewell, Romeo.
Clock struck 9 when I did send the nurse, and in half an hour she promised to No, it's not so. Oh, she is lame. Love's herald should be thoughts, which 10 times faster glides than the sunbeam, casting back shadows over lowering hills. Therefore do nimble-pinioned doves draw love, and therefore hath the wind swift Cupid wings. Now the sun is on the hindmost hill of this day's journey, and from 9 to 12 is 3 long hours, and yet she has not come. Had she affections and warm, youthful blood, she would be as swift in motion as a ball. My words would bandy her to my sweet love, and this to me. But old folks, many faint as if they were dead, unwieldy, slow, heavy, pale as lead. Oh God, here she comes. Good nurse, what brings you here? Hast thou met with him? Send your man away, for there is no need to crowd this area.
Here, stay at the gate.
Good, sweet nurse. Oh Lord, why lookest thou sad? Though the news is sad, yet tell them merrily.
I am aweary. Give me leave a while. Why, how my bones ache, what a jaunt in my back I have.
I would that thou hadst my bones and I thy news. Now I pray you, speak. Good nurse, speak. Where's my Romeo?
Juliet, what haste! Do you not see that I am out of breath?
How art thou out of breath when thou hadst the breath to tell me that thou art out of breath? The excuse that thou dost make in this delay.
Fine. You've made a simple choice. You know not how to choose a man. Romeo! No, not him. Though his face is better than any man's, yet his leg excels all men's, and for a hand and a foot and a body, though they are not to be talked on, yet they are past compare. He's not the flower of courtesy, but I'll warrant him gentle as a lamb. Go thy ways, wench, serve God. What, have you dined at home?
No, but I did know all of that already. What does he say for our marriage? With that, nurse, tell me, where is my love?
Lord, Lord, how my head aches. What a head have I. It beats as though it would fall in 20 pieces. My back, oh, my back, my back. Beshrew your heart for sending me about to catch my death with jaunting up and down. Where's your mother?
Where is my mother? She is within. Where should she be? Why should you be looking for my mother when I am looking for my love?
Fine. Have you got to go to church today?
I have.
Then you must find yourself in Friar Lawrence's cell. There waits a husband who's willing to make you a wife. Now comes the wanton blood in your cheeks. They'll be scarlet straight at any news. Hie you to the church. I must go another way to fetch a ladder by which your love is to climb when it is soon night. I am the drudge and toil in your delight, but you shall bear the burden soon at night. Go, I'll have dinner. Hie you to the church to meet Romeo.
Oh, high fortune! Honest nurse, you're well.
Now, Romeo, if I were to give you one piece of advice, I would say, these violent delights often have violent ends, and in their glory, kiss and consume like fire and powder. The sweetest honey is loathsome in its own deliciousness, and the taste confounds its appetite. Therefore, Romeo, love cautiously. Long live you too. Too fast arrives as dangerously as too swift and too late. Oh, here comes the lady, so light foot.
Good even to my handsome confessor, Juliet. A measure of thy joy beheath like mine. May it grant us many years in the future. Conceit, more rich in matter than words. Some men brag of their substance, not ornament. They are beggars that can only count their worth in small discs. My true love grows to such an excess that I cannot sum up to reach simply half my wealth.
Come, go with me now. We shall make your leaves nothing more but a tree. We must not wait any time until the Holy Church marries two into one. Let's go.
Pray thee, good Mercutio, let's retire. The day is hot, temples are abroad, and if we meet, we shall not escape a brawl. For now these hot days is the mad blood stirring.
Thou art like one of those fellows that when he enters the confines of a tavern, claps me a sword upon the table and says, God, send me no need of thee, and by the operation of the second cup, draws from the drawer when indeed there is no need.
Am I like such a fellow to act with my temper only?
Come, thou art as hot as a jack in my mood as any in Italy, and as soon moved to be moody, and as soon moody to be moved.
And what two?
Nay, and there were two such. We should have none shortly, for one would kill the other. Why, thou wilt quarrel with a man that hath a hair more or a hair less on his beard than thou hast. Thou wilt quarrel with a man for cracking nuts, having no other reason but because thou hast hazel eyes. What eye but such an eye could spy out such a quarrel? Thy head is as full of quarrels as an egg is full of meat, and yet thy head hath been beaten as out as an egg for quarreling. Thou wilt quarrel with a man for coughing in the street, because he hath awakened thy dog that hath lain asleep in the sun.
And I was so apt to quarrel as thou art. Any man would buy the fee of my life simple for an hour and a quarter.
Oh, the fee is simple, oh simple.
Upon my head, here comes the Capulus.
By my arse, I care not.
Stay close, for I'll have a word with them. Gentlemen, thou a friend with Romeo?
Do you want a word with one of us? Couple it with something, make it a word and a blow.
I'm afraid you'll find I am quite apt enough for that. I need a word with just one of you about Romeo.
Do you think we're friends with Romeo? What, does that make us clowns?
And if not here in the public thought of men, either withdraw unto some private place or reason coldly of your grievances, or else depart. Here all eyes gaze on us.
Men's eyes were made to look, and let them gaze. I'm not budged for no man's pleasure.
Well, peace be with you, sir, because here's the...
But I'll be damned, sir, if he puts up with your nonsense. Mary, go before the field, he'll be your follower. Your worship in that sense may call him men.
Romeo, the love I bear can afford no better term than this. Thou art a villain.
Tybalt, the reason that I have to love thee, don't much excuse the appertaining rage of such a greeting. Villain I am none. Therefore, that farewell. I see us thou knowest me.
Boy, that does not excuse the injuries that thou hast done to me and the Capulet family. Therefore, turn and draw.
I doth protest that I never injured thee, but loved Juliet more than you can understand, and until you understand that love, I will defend it myself. And so, dear Capulet, which name I tender as dearly as mine own, be satisfied.
Oh, calm, dishonorable, vile submission, Tybalt, you rat catcher! Will you walk?
What wouldst thou have with me?
Oh, good king of cats! Nothing but one of your 9 lives, that I mean to make bold to follow, and as you shall use me hereafter, drag you the rest of the 8. Will you plug your sword out of its pilcher by the ears? Make haste, lest mine be about your ears here be out.
Gentle Mercutio, put up thy sword. We will take on these fools. Drop in, Romeo, beat down their weapons. For shame forbear this outrage. Yes, Mercutio! Mercutio, wait! The prince had expressly forbid this banding of Verona streets. Mercutio!
Come on, Mercutio, watch out!
Come on.
Get into the... Mercutio,
Wait, Tybalt, we must go.
I'm hurt! A plague of both your houses! I'm spatted and gone and have nothing!
where art thou hurt?
I just a scratch and nothing more.
Where's my page? Someone fetch a doctor now!
Courage, man, there cannot be much, right?
Nay, nor steep as a wall, nor so wide as a church door, but 'tis enough. As for me tomorrow, when ye shall find me a brave man, a plague of both your houses, sounds, a dog, a rat, a mouse, a cat, to scratch a man to death, a braggart, a rogue, a villain that fights by the book of arithmetic. Why did the devil come between us? I was hurt under your arm.
I thought all the best, my friend.
Help me into some house with Willie, or I shall faint. A plague on both your houses! They have made words as meat for me. I have been soundly too. Your houses!
This gentleman, Princess near ally, my friend, hath got this mortal hurt on my behalf.
his violence. 1 hour have been my friend. Sweet Juliet, thy beauty, my temper softens ours.
Romeo. Romeo. Great Mercutio is dead. That gallant spirit hath aspired to the clouds, till to untimely here did scorn the earth.
This day's black fate and other days doth repent. This but begins the woe that others must end. Alive and in triumph, the Mercutio slain. Away to heaven, respected levity and fiery-eyed fury be my conduct now. Now, Tybalt, take that villain back again that late thou gavest me, for Mercutio's soul is but a little ways above our heads, staying for thine to keep him company.
The boy that lie here shall lie dead forever. Nothing can change that.
This shall return to thou.
Romeo, away be gone. The citizens are up and Tybalt is slain. Stand not over the body of bloody Tybalt. The president will doom you to death if thou art caught. Hence be gone. Now!
I am fortunate fool.
Which way ran he that killed Mercutio? Tybalt, that murderer, which way ran he?
Here lies Tybalt.
Get up and come with us. I charge you in the prince's name, and thou wilt obey.
Where are the vile beginners of this fray?
Oh, noble president, I can describe all the unlucky manage of this fatal brawl. Here lies the man slain by Romeo, that stood like kingsman, great Mercutio in cold blood.
Tybalt, my nephew, my brother's child, oh prince! The blood is spilled on my dear kinsman, president, as thou art true, for the blood of Alan shed the blood of Montague.
Benvolio, who began this bloody fray?
Tybalt here slain by Romeo. Romeo who spoke of him fair, bid me think how nice the core was, and urged with your high displeasure. All this spoken with a calm look, gentle breath, knees humbly bowed. He could not take truce as a solution. And Tybalt deaf to peace, but that he throws the piercing steel in great Mercutio's heart, while his heart finds himself in a deadly brawl on the ground. And with a martial scorn, with one hand beats cold death aside, and with the other sends it back to Tybalt, whose dexterity retorts it. Romeo cries aloud, hold friends part, and swifter than his tongue. His agile arm beats down their fatal points, and twixt them rushes, and underneath, whose arm an envious thrust from Tybalt hit the life of stout Mercutio, and Tybalt fled. But by and by comes back to Romeo, who had but newly entertained revenge. And to it they go like lightning, for ere I could draw to part them was stout Tybalt slain. And as he fell, Romeo did turn and fly. This is the truth, or let Benvolio die.
He is a kinsman to the Montague, his bias makes him false. And he speaks not true, some 20 of them fought in this violent strife, but all those 20 could but kill one life. That one life being the life of a Capulet. I beg for justice, as you president must give. Romeo killed Tybalt, Romeo must not live anymore.
Romeo killed Tybalt. Tybalt killed Mercutio. Who knows the price of his dear blood, Dolfo?
Not Romeo, Prince. He was Mercutio's friend. His fault concludes but what the law should end. The life of Tybalt is that should be the price.
Yes. For that offense, immediately we do exile him. I have an interest in your heart's proceeding. My blood for your rude turmoil is still bleeding. But I'll hit you with so strong a fine that you shall all repent the loss of mine.
But sir, really punches the guy.
I will be deaf to bleeding and excuses. No tears or prayers shall purchase out the violence we have seen. Therefore use none. Let Romeo be sent to trial. Else, when he is found, that hour is his last. Bear hence our body and attend our will. Mercy but murders, hardening those that kill. Now clear the square! Please,
confidence deeds toward Phoebus' lodging. Such a wagon on his fate, he would whip you to the west and bring cloudy night immediately. Spread thy clothes curtain, love performing night, so that runaways' eyes may wink, and Romeo may leap into these arms untalked of and unseen. Lovers can see to do their amorous rites by their own beauties, or, if love is blind, it best agrees with night. Civil night, thou sober-suited matron, all in black, learn me to lose a winning match played for a pair of stainless maidenhoods. Could the unmanned blood beating in my cheeks with thy black mantle until strange love grows bolder. Think true love acts with simple modesty. Come, night. Come, Romeo, come, thou day and night, thou wilt lie upon the wings of night whiter than new snow upon a raven's back. Come, gentle night. Come, loving, black-browed night, give me my Romeo. And when I shall die, take him and cut him out in little stars. And he shall make the face of heaven so fine that all the world will be in love with him, and pay no worship to the garish sun. I bought the mansion of a love, yet not possessed it, though I am sold, not yet enjoyed. How tedious is this day, as the night before some festival to an impatient child who hates new robes and may not wear them. I may nurse you, Euphues. Why art thou in a panic? Don't say it's not.
Oh, where it is, dead, he's dead, he's dead. We are undone, lady, we are undone. Alack, the day is gone, he's killed, he's dead.
Who can heaven be so envious? What devil has done such a thing? Their punishment shall be roared in dismal hell. Romeo slain himself, and that bare foul eye shall poison more than the death-guarding eye of the cockatrice. And I am not I, if thou answer I, or if those eyes shut that make me answer I. If he is slain, say I. If not, no. Brief sounds determine by weal or woe.
I saw the wound there on his manly chest. It was a piteous course, a bloody, piteous course. His face was pale as ashes, all bedaubed with gore blood. Oh, I swooned at the sight.
Break my heart, poor Lord. Break it at once. To prison, eyes. Never look on liberty. Vile earth to earth resign. End motion here, and thou and Romeo shall be placed in a heavy
You
cast.
were the best friend I ever had.
Oh,
Curtis,
break my heart,
I should have
break
lived
it
to
once.
see thee dead.
Hold on a minute. Is Romeo slaughtered and Tybalt is dead? My dearest cousin and my dear Lord Nurse, what are you on about?
Lord, no, Juliet, Tybalt is gone.
Oh my God! I am so sorry, Nurse. Where art thou, Romeo?
Romeo is vanished. Romeo's the one that killed him, and Aeschylus has sent him away for his crimes.
God, did Romeo's hand shed Tybalt's blood?
It did, alas. The Capulet and Montague dispute could not have gotten worse.
Oh, serpent hid with a flowering face. Did every dragon keep so fair a cave? Beautiful tyrant. Hideous, angelical, golden-feathered, raven, rabid lamb. Most despised substance of a divinest snow. Just the opposite to what Romeo just had seen. A damned saint. An honorable villain. Nature! What hast thou to do in hell that did devour the spirit of such a fiend? In an immortal paradise of such sweet flesh. Was ever book containing such vile matter so fairly bound? Oh, that deceit should dwell in such a gorgeous place!
There's no trust, no faith, no honesty in men. Men are what is known as garbage by some. And Romeo Montague, a sworn enemy, all perjured, all forsworn, all gnawed, all dissemblers. Where's my man? All these griefs and sorrows and worries make me old. Shame come to Romeo.
Filled with rage, Burning with anger, Romeo doth betrayed me.
Will you speak well of him that killed your cousin?
Shall I speak ill to him? A man that is my husband? Me, poor Lord, what tongue shall smooth thy name when I, his wife of no longer than 3 hours, have mangled it? Wherefore this beast did kill my cousin. Yet, that villain cousin would have slain my husband. Back, foolish tears, back to your native spring. Your tributary draughts belong to woe, which thou mistaking offer up to joy. My husband lives, that Tybalt would have slain. And Tybalt is dead, that would have killed my husband. All this is comfort. Wherefore I weep then. Some word there was worse than Tybalt's death, that murdered me. I would forget its fame, but pressed to my memory like guilty deeds to a sinner's mind. Tybalt is dead, and Romeo is vanished. Vanished. That one word, vanish, has slain 10,000 Tybalt! Tybalt's death was woe enough if it had ended there. Or if sour woe delights in fellowship and beetle ranked with other griefs, why followed not when she said, Tybalt's dead with thy father? Or thy mother, nay, or both? What modern lamentation might have moved but with a reward following Tybalt's death? Romeo is vanished. Speak that word. His father, mother, Tybalt, Romeo, Juliet, all slain, all dead. There is no end, limit, measure in that word's death. No words can woe that sad. Where are my mother and father?
Hide you to your chamber. I'll tell Romeo to find you. I feel I know where he is.
Oh, find him. Give this ring to my true knight and bid him come to take his last farewell.
Farewell, Juliet.
Romeo! Romeo! Romeo, come forth! Psst. Thou art a fearful man. Affliction is enamored to your body, and thou art wedded to calamity.
Father, what news? What is the prince's doom? What sorrow craves an acquaintance with my hand that I yet know not?
Is my son with such sour company? I bring the tidings of the prince's doom.
Well, less than doomsday is doom sent by the prince.
Only here from Verona art thou bound. Be patient, son, for the world is broad and wide.
Torture and not mercy. Heaven is where Juliet lives, and every cat and dog and little mouse, every unworthy thing may live here in heaven and look upon her. But Romeo may not. More validity, more honorable state, more courtship lives in carrion flies than in Romeo. They may seize upon the white wonder of dear Juliet's eyes, and steal mortal blessings from her lips, who even in pure and best beauty still blush, thinking their kiss is sin. But Romeo may not. He is vanity. Flies may do this, but I must fly. They are free men, but I am banished. Sayest thou yet, exile is not death? Hadst thou no poison mixed, no sharp brown knife?
Romeo, let me just...
Thou canst speak of what thou dost not feel. Oh. You were as young as I. Juliet would be thy love. And an hour after being married, Tybalt was murdered. And like me, vanished. Then might you speak, then might you tear the hair from your head and fall upon the ground as I do now.
Romeo, rise, one knocks. Romeo, hide thyself. Romeo, hark how they knock, what simpleness is this? Run to my chamber and hide yourself. I shall answer if you shall run. Who the hell knocks so? What is your will?
I come from my lady Juliet. Let me in and you shall know my reasoning.
Oh. Welcome, then.
Hello, Friar. Tell me, Lawrence, where is my lady's lord? Where is Romeo?
There, on the ground. For his own tears made him go mad.
Seest thou Juliet? What is with her? Did she not think me an old murderer for seeking blood into the joy of a early marriage? Where is she, and how doth she, and what says my concealed lady to her canceled love?
She says nothing, for she weeps and weeps and weeps some more. And she falls on her bed, and when she gets up, Tybalt calls. Then come the cries about Romeo. Oh, Romeo, Romeo, where art thou, Romeo? Then she falls down to weep again.
When she says my name in Greek, it mimics the sound of a shot and the deadly level of a gun. Tell me, Friar, tell me, in what part of this vile anatomy must my name be a part of it? Tell me that I may set this hateful mansion.
Romeo, I've had enough of you. Your form cries out your art. Your tears are childish like you. Your stupidity has a reason. By my holy order, I thought your disposition was better tempered too. Didn't you slay Tybalt? Will you slay yourself and slay the lady which you love so much? Fine. But what roused thee, man? Juliet is alive. Soon we'll find a place where you can marry Juliet, reconcile your friends, beg pardon of the prince, and return to Verona with 2001 times more joy than we left with. Go towards the nurse. Commend Romeo to thy lady and thank her for her good doings.
Lord, I could have stayed here all night to hear good counsel you have. Oh, what learning is. My lord, I'll tell my lady you will come.
Do so, and bid my sweet prepare to chide.
Here, sir, a ring she bid me give you, sir. Make haste, for it grows very late.
Well, my comfort is revived by this.
Good heavens. Good night, Romeo.
Things have fallen out, sir. So unfortunately that you had no time to get to know our daughter. You see, she loved her kinsman Tybalt dearly. And so did I. Well, we were born to die. 'Tis very late. She will not come down tonight. I promise you, but for your company, we would have been in bed an hour ago.
These times of woe offer no time to woe. Madam, good night. Commend me to your daughter.
I will, and number mine early tomorrow morning. Tonight she's meet up to her heaviness.
Sir Paris, I will make a desperate tender of my child's love. I think she will be ruled in all aspects by me. Nay more, I doubt it not. Wife, go you to where you go to bed and acquaint her with our son Paris's love, and bid her on Wednesday next. But soft. What day is this?
Monday, my lord.
Oh, right. Get you gone. Thursday be it then. Go you to Juliet, where you go to bed, and prepare her as a wife for the wedding day. Farewell, my lord. They call it early by and by. Good night. Wilt thou be gone so soon? 'Tis not yet near till day. Hear the bird? 'Tis the nightingale, not the lark. The nightingale is the bird of the nighttime, my love. We have so much time left to stay. No, darling, that was a lark, not a
nightingale, and we're the morning. Look, what colors streak the clouds in yonder east? Night's candles have burnt out, and the day begins. Our light is not daylight. No, it is some meteor that the sun has exhaled into this night of torch bearer.
Madam Juliet,
What are you doing here?
Madam, I woke up quite early to tell you that your mother is coming. The day is broke. Hurry back and be careful.
The window! Let day in and let you out. Farewell, farewell. One kiss and all is done. Farewell, Romeo. My mother shall be here soon. Juliet, do you think we shall ever meet again? I doubt it not. And all of these woes shall serve for sweet discourses in my face. Trust me, my love. You are my love before all eternity.
Oh, daughter, are you up?
What's that called, mother?
What's the matter, Juliet?
Madam, I am not well.
Evermore weeping over your cousin's death. Wilt thou wash from his grave with tears? And if thou couldst not make him live. Therefore have done. Much of love still shows much of grief. Much of grief still shows some want of wit.
Yeah. Oh, let me weep for such a feeling of loss.
Well, my child, thou must not weep for his death so much as the villain which slaughtered him lives.
What villain, madam?
That same villain, Romeo.
Indeed. I shall never be satisfied with Romeo until I behold him dead. Mother, if you could find a man that bears out a poison, I would temper it so that Romeo should, upon receipt thereof, soon sleep in quiet. Oh, how I am filled with hatred to hear his name. And I cannot come to him to wreak the love I bore my cousin upon the body that has slaughtered him.
Find thou the means, and I'll find such a man. But now I'll tell thee joyful tidings, girl. There is a new man named Paris, whom I assume you have met. Marry him, my child, early next Thursday morning. The gallant young and noble gentleman shall happily make you a joyful bride.
By St. Peter's Church, and Peter too, he shall not find me there a joyful bride. I dislike that you are placing me in this haste, that I must wed him. He should be my husband come Thursday. No. I pray you tell father I will not marry him. And when I do, I swear it shall be Romeo, whom you know I hate. I won't lay a finger on Paris, indeed.
Here comes your father. Tell him so yourself, and see how he takes it in his her hands.
Oh, good morning, ladies. How now, wife? Have you delivered our decree?
Aye, sir, but she will none. She gives you thanks. I would be the fool were married to her grave. Juliet says she does not care for Paris.
How? Chuck logic! What is this? Proud, and I thank you, and I thank you not, and yet not proud? Mistress minion you! Thank me no thanking, nor proud me no prouds, but fellow your fine joints spends next Thursday to go to St. Peter's Church with Paris. Or I will drag you on a hurdle thither. Out, you green sickness carrion! Out, you baggage! You foolish face of the capital! Oh, Paris is not the one I want! Marry Paris and the church on Thursday. Or never after look me in the face again. Speak not. Reply not. Do not answer me. I am distrusted.
Oh, Lord help her, Sir Capulet. You are to blame, my lord, to rate her so.
And why, my lady wisdom? Good riddance. Smatter me with your gossip. God's bread, it makes me mad. Day, night, time, work, play, alone, in company, still. My care hath not been to have her matched. And now, having provided a noble gentleman, youthful and nobly lined, stuffed, as some might say, with honorable parts, and proportioned, as once thought would miss a man, and to have wretched, pulling fool, a whining man in her fortune's tender, to answer, I cannot love, I am too young, I pray you pardon me, and you will not wed, I will pardon you. Look to it, think on it. stays near. Graze where you will. You shall not house with me. And you be mine, I'll give you to my friend. Father, wait! Mother, I can explain. No. How shall this be prevented? My husband is on earth, my faith in heaven. How shall that faith be returned again to earth unless that husband sended me from heaven by leaving earth? Comfort me. Counsel me. What? That heaven should practice stratagems upon so soft a subject as myself. What sayest thou? Hast thou not a word of joy? Some comfort, nurse.
Faith, here it is. Romeo is banished and all the world to nothing, that he dares ne'er come back to challenge you, or if he do, it must be by stealth. So, since the case stands as it now doth, I think it best you marry within the county. Oh, he's a lovely gentleman. Romeo's a dish clout compared to him. An eagle, madam, hath not so green, so quick, so fair an eye as Paris hath.
Speakest thou from the heart?
And my soul too, else beshrew them both.
Well, thou hast comforted me a marvelous much. Go in and tell my lady I am gone, having displeased my father, to Lawrence's cell to make confession and be absolved.
Marry, I will. And this is wisely done.
Ancient damnation. Most wicked fiend. Is it more a sin to wish me thus forsworn? Or to disparage my lord with the tongue that she hath used to praise him above compare so many thousand times? Go, counselor. Thou and my bosom henceforth shall be twain. I'll go to the friar to know his remedy. If all else fails, I have the power to die.
On Thursday, sir. Oh, the time is very short until then.
Oh, my father Capulet will have it so, and I'm nothing slow to slow his haste.
You say you don't know the lady's mind. Uneven is the course, and I like it not.
And moderately, she weeps for Tybalt's death, and therefore have I little talk of love. For Venus smiles not in a house of tears. Now, sir, her father counts it dangerous that she does give her sorrow so much way, and in his wisdom haste her marriage to stop the inundation of her tears, which, too much minded by herself alone, may be put from her by society. Now, do you know the reason to this haste?
Oh, I would not know why it would be so rushed, no. Oh, here comes the lady, so light of foot.
Happily met, my lady and my wife.
That may be, sir, and I may be a wife.
That may be, must be, love, on Thursday next.
It must shall be.
Come you to seek counsel from this father?
To answer that, I should confess to you.
Do not deny that you love me.
I shall confess to you that I love him.
Poor soul, thy face is much abused with tears.
The tears have got little victory by that. For it was bad enough before their spoke.
Thy face is mine, and thou hast slandered it.
Are you at leisure now, Father? Or shall I return at evening mass?
My leisure serves me, daughter. Now, come, sir, we must entreat time alone. Farewell. Farewell.
Shut the door!
When thou hast done so, come, weep with me. Past care, past hope, past...
Oh, Juliet, I already know thy grief. It strains me past the compass of my wits. Look. Your parents say you must, so on Thursday, you'll marry the county, and that is that.
Tell me not, friar, that thou hearest of this, unless thou may tell me how I can prevent it. If in thy wisdom thou canst give no help, do but call my resolution wise, and with this night, I'll help it presently! God joins my heart and Romeo's. Thou art hands. And ere by this hand my deed to Romeo's sealed shall be labeled to another deed. Else my true heart in treacherous revolt turn to another, this shall slay them both. Therefore, out of thy long experience time, give me some present counsel, or behold, twixt my extremes and me, this bloody knife shall play the umpire, arbitrating that which the commission of thy years and art could to no true honor bring. Be not so long to speak. I long to die if what thou sayest is not a remedy.
Hold, daughter, I do spy a kind of hope. One which craves as desperate as an execution is, in which you shall choose. If rather to marry County Paris on Thursday, thou hast the strength to slay yourself. So if you're strong enough that you think you can, I'll give thee remedy.
Bid me leap, rather than marry Paris, from the battlement of any tower, or walk in thievish ways, or bid me lurk where serpents are. Chain me with roaring bears, or hide me nightly in the charnel house, or covered with dead man's rattling bones, with reeky shanks and yellow chapless skulls, or bid me go into a new-made grave, and hide me with a dead man in his shroud, things that to hear them told that made me tremble. And I shall do it, without fear or doubt, to live an unstained wife to my sweet love.
Fine then! Go home, be merry, give consent to marry Paris. I don't mind. Listen. Wednesday is tomorrow. Tomorrow night, look that you lie alone in your chamber. Let not even the nurse lie with you. Take this vial. Distilling it in liquor, drink it off, when presently through your veins should run a cold and drowsy humor. For no pulse shall keep its native progress, no warmth, no breath shall testify thou livest. The roses in your cheeks and lips shall fail to fade to ashes. Your eyes will close like the day that shuts up the night before. Each part of your body deprived of supple government shall stiff and stark and cold appear like death. So in this borrowed likeness of death, thou shalt continue for 42 hours, and then awake from your pleasant sleep. Now when the bridegroom comes in the morning to wake you, there thou art, dead. Now take it and go.
Love gives me strength, and strength shall help forth. Dear Father, farewell. Farewell. God knows when we shall meet again. I have a faint cold fear thrills through my veins that nearly freezes up the heat of life. I shall call them back to comfort me. Nurse! What would she do? My dismal scene requires me to act alone. What if this mixture should not work at all? Shall I be married tomorrow morning? No. No, this shall forbid it. friar hath suddenly ministered to have me dead, lest in this marriage he should be dishonored because he married me before to Romeo. I fear it is. And yet, methinks it should not. For the friar hath still been tried a holy man. How if, when I am laid in the tomb, I should wake before my Romeo comes to redeem me? There's a fearful point. Shall I not then be stifled in the vault, to whose foul mouth no wholesome air breathes in, and die strangled when Romeo comes? Or if I should live, is it not very like the horrible conceit of death and night, together with the terror of the place? As in a vault, and an ancient receptacle where for many hundreds of years the bones of my ancestors are packed. Where bloody Tybalt, yet but green in earth, lies festering in his shroud. Where at some hours of midnight they say spirits resort. Alack! Alack, it is not like that I, so early waking, but with lonesome smells, and shrieks like mandrakes being torn from the earth. If I wake, shall I not be distraught? Environed with all these hideous fears and madly play with my forefathers' joints and pluck the mangled Tybalt from his shroud. And in this rage, with some great kinsman's bow and ash with a club, dash out my desperate brains. Oh, look. Methinks I see the ghost of my cousin seeking out Romeo that did spit his body upon a rapier's point. Stay! Tybalt, stay. Romeo? Romeo? Romeo! Here's a drink. I drink to thee.
They call for raisins and jam in the pastry.
That's disgusting.
Now, hello, what is the problem now? I have things for the cook, sir, but I know not what to do with them.
Think about what you said again. If they're for the cook, give them to the cook! For the love of all things holy!
I have a stack of logs. No one really told me what to do with them, so I've just been kind of...
I've had enough of this! Deal with it on your own. Nurse, have you seen my daughter?
But I will awake her, go and trim her up. You chat with Paris, for the bridegroom has come already. Make haste, they say! Mistress? What, Juliet? Hast I warrant her she be... Why, lamb? Why, lady? Fie, you slug a bed. Mistress? Lady? Why, bride? Fine, take your penny words now. sleep for a week, for I warrant the county Paris has your rest set up, that you will rest but little. God forgive me, Mary, and amen. How sound is she asleep? I must wake her. Mistress? 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 I ought to let the county take you in your sleep. That would frighten you up, I faith. Will it not be? What, dressed and in your clothes and down again? I must wake you, lady. Lady! Lady? Oh, alas, alas, help, my lady's dead. Oh, where it is that ever I was born, my lord, my lady!
There you are, I've been looking for you. What noise is here?
Look, oh, heavy day.
Oh, be my child, my only life, revive, look up or I will die with thee. Help, help, go help. For shame, bring Juliet forth. Her prince has come.
She's dead, deceased, she's dead. Alack the day.
Alack the day, she's dead, she's dead, she's dead.
Oh, lamentable day.
Death hath taken her, ties up my tongue, and will not let me speak.
Come, is the bride ready to go to church?
Ready to go, but never to return. Oh, son, the night before thy wedding, death hath lain with thy wife. There she lies.
Long have I waited to see this morning's face, and it doth give me a sight as this.
Accursed, unhappy, wretched, hateful day.
Most miserable hour that ever time saw in the blasting labor of his pilgrimage.
Woeful day,
For
most
one,
lamentable
poor
day,
one,
most
poor and
woeful
loving
day
sister,
that ever I
the one that will rejoice in souls and in souls death by the hated and lost sight.
So hurtful time, my hands not left me, my child, my soul is on my child. You Christ have taken you for one whose rest despised and loving child.
One thing to rejoice in souls and in
Peace! Oh, for shame, I've had enough of you all. Confusion cures lives, not in these confusions. Heaven and yourself had part in this fair maid, but heaven hath all, and all is better for her. The most he sought for Juliet was her promotion, in hopes of seeing her advance high above the clouds. Now look at her, dead! Oh, you loved your child so much. You hoped what's best for her, and now you weep seeing that she's dead. For shame, all of you. Sir, go. And madam, you go with the Paris, all of you. Follow Juliet's course into her grave. Go!
If I may trust the flattering trick of sleep, my dreams presage some joyful news at hand. My bosom's lord sits lightly on his throne, and all this day some unaccustomed spirit lifts me above the ground with cheerful thoughts. I dreamt my lady came and found me dead. Such strange dreams give a dead man leave to think, and breathe such life with kisses in my lips that I was revived as an emperor. Oh, how sweet is love itself possessed, and but love's shadows so rich in joy. News from Verona. How now about the far? Don't you have letters to me from the friar? How is my lady? Is my father well? How doth my Juliet? That I ask them, for I have nothing to reveal if she is well.
She is well, and nothing can be ill. Her body sleeps in Capel's monument, and with her part a mortal rise.
Oh. No. Hush, thou art deceived. Dost thou have no letters to me from the friar?
No, sir.
Well, Juliet, I will lie with you tonight. Let's see if it means. How mischief thou art swift to enter into the minds of desperate men. I do remember an apothecary. Hereabout he dwells.
which late I noted in tattered weeds. Meager were his looks. Sharp misery had worn him to the bones. In his shop, a tortoise hump and alligator stuffed and other skins of ill-shaped fishes. About his shelves, a beggarly account of empty boxes, green earthen pots, ladders, musty seeds, remnants of packed thread and old cakes and roses were scattered around the ground to make up a show. Noting this penury, I said to myself, now if a man did need poison now, whose sale is present death in Natua, here lives a Cape French that would sell it to me. The same thought did but forerun my need, and the same needy man must sell it to me. I remember this should be the house. Being a holiday, the beggar's shop is shut. What ho! Apothecary!
Who calls so loud?
Come hither, man. I see that thou art poor. Here's 42 pence. Let me have a dram of poison, such smooth-speeding beer that the life we were taken may fall dead, and that the trunk may be discharged with breath as violently and hasty powder fired from the deadly cannon's wound.
Such mortal drugs I have, but Mantua's law is death to any he that utters them.
Art thou so bare and full of wretchedness, and fearest to die? Famine is in thy cheeks, need and oppression starveth in thine eyes, contempt and beggary hang upon thy back. The world is not thy friend, nor the world's fault. The world affords no law to make thee rich. So be not poor, and take this.
Put this in any liquid thing you will and drink it off. And if you have the strength of 20 men, it would dispatch you straight.
Here's that gold. Where's poison to men's souls? Doing more murder in this loathsome world than these compounds thou mayest not sell. I have sold thee poison. Thou hast given me none. Farewell, buy food and get thyself a flesh.
This should be the voice of Friar John. Welcome, sir, from Mantua. Have you heard from Romeo? Or if you've got a letter, you can just give it to me now.
The letter? Oh no, finding a man who I've never met in this town filled with the plague, and finding him, the searches of the town. Suppose we shared a house where the infectious disease did reign. I could not deliver the letter.
What? So who sent the letter to Romeo?
Well, I could not leave the home for fear of the plague, nor could I find a messenger. So I strapped the letter to the back of a goat and allowed it to roam free.
What? Resend it now! Romeo needs the letter!
Okay. Give me that torch, boy. Captain, stand back. Yeah, put it out, for I will not be seen.
I am almost afraid to venture into the churchyard alone, yet I will venture.
Give me that hat from the French iron. Hold, take this letter. See thou deliver us to the Lord and Father. Upon thy left, I trust. But whatever thou hearest or seest, stand here, stay aloof, and do not interrupt me in bedtime.
Montague, that murdered my love's cousin, with which grief it is supposed the fair creature died, and here is come to do some villainous shame to the dead bodies. I will apprehend him. Stop thy unhallowed toil, vile Montague. Can vengeance be pursued further than death? Condemned villain, I do apprehend thee. Obey and go with me, for thou must die.
I must indeed, and therefore came I hence. Good gentle youth, challenge not a desperate man.
I do defy thy condemnation, and apprehend thee for a felon here. Will you provoke me?
Then have at me, boy.
Let's make this a fair fight.
Faith I will. Let me peruse this faith. Mercutio's kinsman, noble Count Paris. What did my man do when my tusked soul for the tent had been grown? I think he told me that Paris should have married Juliet. Said he was so, or did I dream it so? Or am I mad hearing talk Paris? I think it was so. Give me thy hand. When rights with me and our misfortunes go. Have they been married? Which they call their keepers lightning before death. How may I call this lightning? My wife, my love. Death, that hath sucked the honey from thy breath, hath had no power yet upon my view. Thou art not conquered. Beauty's ensign is crimson yet in thy lips and in thy cheeks, and death's pale flag is not exposed there. Tybalt, liest thou there in thy bloody sheep? What more favor can I do to thee than with the hand that cut thy youth in twain, to sunder his that was thine enemy? Forgive me, cousin. Dear Juliet, why are you so fair? Should I believe that death is amorous and that the vile monster that keeps you here in the dark to be your paramour? And fear that I will stay with you. Eyes, look at your last. Arms, take your last embrace. Lips, so you the doors of breath. Seal with a final kiss, a dateless bargain from grossing death. Here's to my love. Oh, true apothecary, drugs are quick. Thus, with a kiss, I die.
St. Francis be at my speed, how often tonight have my old feet stumbled upon graves?
Here's one, a friend, and one that knows you well.
Bless be upon you, good sir. Tell me, what is that torch that Bentley lends its light to the grubs of eyeless skulls, saying that you'll all be buried at the Cowboys Monument? Oh, dear good Romeo. Romeo! Romeo! Romeo, alack! What are these bloody weapons that stain the stony entrance of this area? Say it ain't so, I knew this would happen. If Juliet finds out about this, the lady will stir.
Friar Rose, my lord. I remember very well where I'm supposed to be. Here I am. Where's Romeo?
Oh, Juliet. Some greater powers thwarted our original intentions. Now, Friar, I've said before, Romeo is dead. Paris, Benvolio, all of them. Come on, we must go. Juliet, come with me. Please. Come with me, Juliet. You know it's not safe here. Fine. I can't stay though.
Go! Get thee hence, I will not go away. What's this? A cup enclosed to my true love's hand. Poison, I see, had been his timeless end. Drunk all and left no friendly drop to help me afterward. I kiss thy lips. Happily some poison yet doth hang on them. Thy face is warm. I'll be brief. Oh, happy dagger. This is thy sheath. Thereof. And let me die!
Romeo, there dead, was the husband to Juliet, and Juliet, the faithful wife of Romeo. I married them in secret, and their stolen marriage day was Tybalt's doomsday. Who banished the newly bathed bridegroom from the city. It's a dark gloom that casts its shadow across the morning. The sun hangs its head low in sorrow and will not show its face. For there is never a tale of more woe than this one, of Juliet and her Romeo.
one of the things that we love so much about it. So we wanted to introduce you to our staff. Everybody, come up here. Everyone in the back. Everyone do me a quick favor. Everyone who is staying next year, take a step back. This is our last year and it has been an honor. Thank you, everybody.